Millions suffer from acid reflux or experience heartburn. So if you're one of many who constantly rely on anti-acid pills, Dr. Christian Stone of Southern Hills Hospital is here with me this morning, and he can give you some advice on how you can manage those symptoms. So thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome.
So Dr. Stone, tell us about acid reflux. What is it, and why do some people experience it more than others?
Acid reflux means when you have the acid in your stomach, which is supposed to be there, is now going up into the swallowing tube or the esophagus, where it shouldn't be. And that's going to cause symptoms. The most likely one would be heartburn, which a lot of people suffer from on a daily basis. At least 20% of the population has heartburn. And if you have it on a daily basis, it could become a problem.
I guess some people would think that, are there certain foods or drinks that would trigger heartburns or acid reflux?
There are some foods that might make it worse. Chocolate, caffeine, overeating in general may be bad for that. Being overweight also makes you more susceptible to having reflux.
And how effective can anti-acid pills be in these cases? Because I know I've experienced some myself. Like we mentioned, we have millions of Americans who suffer from this.
Yes.
But in terms of relying on these pills, like how effective is that?
They're actually very effective. The prescription medications that we can give controls heartburn in most people, but then you have to stay on them indefinitely. So we have other options now that allow you to possibly get off of the medications.
Right, and you were talking about those other options. I believe in Southern Hills Hospital, you also have done a procedure that would address acid reflux.
That's right. So we're the first at Southern Hills to do this procedure, where we do it through the mouth. Traditionally, it's a surgical procedure where we wrap the bottom of the esophagus to stop the acid from coming up into the esophagus. But now we can do it through a procedure through the mouth rather than cut through the skin.
So it's non-surgical, so that's
Yes.
one of the things that we wanted to clarify. And so people who would undergo this procedure, they don't have to rely on pills for how long?
Right. Hopefully, most patients do pretty well with the procedure and will be able to get off of the anti-acid pills for at least 5 years. We have good data for 5 years with this new procedure, and hopefully for longer. But it is, even with the surgery, it may not last forever, but most patients get complete relief.
Yeah. And I guess people would be wondering in terms of insurance. This is a new procedure, first here in Las Vegas. Would this be something that is covered by insurance?
Most insurance will cover it because it's really just a variation of the traditional surgery.
And how do you know if you're a candidate for this type of procedure? Do you have to reach a certain type of, I experience a heartburns probably like 6 days in a week now, it's so bad I can't just take anti-acid pills anymore?
Right. It's really an elective procedure, but for patients who need treatment on a daily basis, it might be a good option for them. It's important for them to be evaluated in the clinic first, make sure they're a good candidate. They may have a hiatal hernia, which makes you more susceptible to reflux. They may need that repaired, but this procedure is also available to them if they're a good candidate.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for all that information, Dr. Stone. That's very helpful. Like we said, millions and millions of people suffer from this acid reflux.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.